also bring in Pooja Shali now on this broadcast. Pooja, multiple layer of messaging there by the Defence Minister in his address. I want to put the focus, however, on how the Defence Minister has made it his mission to call out all these international organizations who have simply not done their bit in reprimanding, pulling up Pakistan. Yesterday, the Defence Minister mentioned the IAEA, which is the International Atomic Energy Agency. Today, the IMF.
Yes. That's an important point. He's bringing on different organizations and primarily indirectly also referring to the United States of America and the Western nations about, are they not watching what is unfolding? Is this much evidence not enough? And also let's remember, even with the IMF, let's for a minute assume and consider that they deserve the IMF loan because they have no money for the development, for the people, for the welfare on the ground. How can you give 1 crore rupees, especially at a time like this, to each individual? And if 14 already are the kith and kin of Masood Azhar, where is that 14 crore coming from? If you have no money for the welfare of your people, how are you rebuilding Murid Ke and Bahawalpur if there is no money and you have to depend on the IMF? Is the IMF, or in this case also IAEA, for the atomic energy, are they not ensuring this transparency? Where's the accountability when it comes to Pakistan, a country that says they have no money in their treasury, needs a bailout 28 times in 35 years from the International Monetary Fund. This time, Akshita, the bailout package in total is about $2.3 billion. All this money, then Pakistan says, but a crore for everyone. Masood Azhar, as a founder of jaish-e-mohammed, will get at least 14 crore rupees. Where's the accountability about how that money is going to be used?
We're going to be talking about that. Pooja, just stay home with me. We're also joined in on this broadcast by Lieutenant General Rameshwar Roy as well. General Roy, thank you for your time. What did you make, sir, of the Defence Minister's message there to Pakistan when he says that right now what we've seen is just a trailer the last few days as part of Operation Sindoor? Tough messaging, yes, to Pakistan, but what do you reckon is coming in the days to come then?
You see, what I can think of is that in English, there is a very nice phrase, many times you are on a self-destruction fuse. Pakistan presently moving with a self-destruction fuse. Let me clear up all the aspects that he has spoken of or what were you trying to describe. First of all is about this IMF loan. IMF loan is just about 2.3 billion, whereas Pakistan's weekly expenditure is around 1.35 billion. So therefore, please understand that this money that the Pakistan has got, it is not so much for the people and the development or whatever, because it will not last Pakistan beyond 10 days. This money, in all probability, will be used for paying up certain loans for which the timeline is ending, and unless they pay up, they will be on the default list. So that is the reason that why IMF has given them this money.
Sure, sir. So General Roy, and my apologies for interrupting, but just to add to that, is it more about the messaging, not about, what this money does for Pakistan or doesn't, but more about the messaging that you're providing this money to a terrorist state?
Yeah, okay. Now, messaging part is very simple. That, you see, please understand that India has to fight its own battle against terrorism. And world as such is never going to get united with India on these issues. And this we have not seen for the first time and again. Let me tell you, we have been fighting this kind of a terrorism for last over 3 decades now. Time and again, please do not talk about the, verified linkages and the proofs with Pakistan now. We have been providing to the world, and world has been watching for last over 3 decades. There has been irrefutable proof against Pakistan that these groups are sponsored by them. But the fact of the matter is that if the USA had used them to fight with the Haqqani network and the Taliban, which were created to fight initially the Russian forces and subsequently the other inimical forces which were not with the not with the Americans. Pakistan has always been used for this kind of a warfare, and Pakistan then thought that it has achieved a kind of a perfection. And the moment Russians went out from Afghanistan, they sort of switched full-fledged instrument towards India. So proof is not an issue. Proof was always there that Pakistan's complicity in this entire process has always been there. So I don't think the world requires any better proof at this related stage. But the fact of the matter now is that Pakistan itself is now having no shame in accepting this kind of a proof directly. First, they accepted it in terms of participating in the funeral processions which took place for the terrorists. They wrapped their bodies also in the Pakistani national flag. And all these Pakistan establishment,
No,
including the
I
army,
agree with you, sir, in the aspect that, we really shouldn't be surprised by the fact that Pakistan is using some of this bailout money to be handing it over to the terrorists, considering the images that we saw of those funerals where each of these terrorists were treated as heroes, essentially. General Roy, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. We're going to continue getting you reactions there to the message that's coming from Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, that what we've seen so far of Operation Sindoor is just a trailer.